All right, gang, welcome back. Going into the next leg of, I think this is session 12, if I have it right. The
Good
Broken
golly.
Road. I know, 12 sessions
Session
that we've been
12?
doing this, yeah. It's been close to a year, actually, that we've been doing this game, so it's kind
You
of...
mean session 12 as in you broke this into 12 sessions, or session 12 as in we played 12 times?
We've played 12 times.
We've played 12 times.
Yeah.
Wow.
No way.
Way, dude. Total way.
No, I can't believe it either, really. I can't.
So that's a thing.
That's a thing, yeah. Well, that's good. I guess if it's a good thing that you don't know that it's been that long, then that's awesome in my book. All right, so we are back. We're going to get started. I'm Jeff. I'm your humble dungeon master. We'll be going back into the tombs here. The boys have just eradicated roughly 20 zombies, found that they were garbed in old attire as opposed to noble attire. Some have been bound, but none of that matters because they found a dead body on a table that
And proceeded to crush it.
Correct. And they did find an odd-looking pebble or a stone that glowed red, but
And proceeded to crush it.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
And so enter the hammer. And the next item up for bid was a book that eerily matched, or basically does match, the book that Silas was able to gather from the goblin encampment. It has that symbol on the front with a star and an inset eye that is there.
Yep. And it was booty.
It was booby trapped. That is correct.
That's what I said, booty trap.
But Kendrick dodged. He dodged again. He was able to avoid danger. I think it's a habit of his. You know, he's like Iceman in Top Gun. You know, he's dangerous. And so, it was Maverick that was in, I don't remember. Let's not descend into Top Gun metaphors here. All right, so let's get back into it.
We're gonna pause the episode here so we can all watch Top Gun. So
everybody go watch Top Gun and then restart and let's continue. All right. So switching over to our recap screen for the home viewers so they can kind of get a look at some of the notes and stuff that are out there. So we are all huddled around a book right now that contains a journal from Anod Anir, a person apparently who has a bounty out for him, according to the dead bounty hunters up above, up above you right now. Silas, you've unceremoniously entered the this lower area of the dungeon, assisted by Kendrick to prevent you from falling, so that worked out pretty well. But now you have this book, and it is, by all intents and purposes, looks to be a journal.
I want to just kind of quickly look through the book to see if this is the journal of Assad, or if Assad was the content of the journal on this particular day. In other words, are different victims, experiments listed in the book, or was this his journal?
Gotcha. It's a little bit of both. So Anod, sorry, I think I glitched out there. It's A-N-O-D, and then Anir, A-N-I-E-R. It looks to be a little bit of both. So as Silas is kind of thumbing through this book, what are you two doing? Baird, Kendrick, what are you up to?
Well,
I'm nervous because when the halfling picks up anything that is remotely, especially on things that tried to kill us a minute ago,
Nothing bad happens.
This is never a good thing.
We are just collecting.
I already undid all the traps. Don't worry.
Yeah, you undid them all right.
So other than talking around and stuff, are you guys looking more into this chamber? There is a portal that leads outward.
There is another way out of this chamber, right?
I do want to kind of look ahead to see if I can...
Kendrick, in the hole.
Kendrick in the hole. Wait,
Silas is there with his light coin, and he's looking down at this book, and he's all, Kendrick, get in the hole.
Is he like our...
You got it dead right.
He's like our terrier. You send him out to go...
Hey.
That's what rogues are for. Rogues go in holes.
You know, I'm happy
sure it's in
to
the
comply, but I don't want to take orders from some halfling.
Literally, if you said that in character, that's when Baird literally goes, Kendrick, in the hole.
I'm not going to take orders from some halfling.
My goodness, that just makes me happy inside. Okay, so
All right, I'm heading towards the hole. Where's the hole? Oh, my character sheet's covered.
it's to your east.
Is there not a map for this hole? We need a map for
He will be revealing it when we send you down the hole.
It's another hole.
Correct. That is correct. There's another hole. No, I'm kidding. It's basically a hallway that leads away. The stone kind of starts to break and crumble up ahead, roughly about 20 feet. It looks like there was some kind of a cave-in that occurred, but it is passable. So how are you making your approach, Mr. Kendrick?
I want to make my approach quietly but softly as well, because if you're saying that there's a cave-in, I don't want to cause any more. And what's the state of the bricks under my feet?
So it's a similar stone to what you guys were seeing up above. It's kind of like a formed stone. It's been not so much polished, but it's been smoothed out. There is like a lot of like black earth and moss that's kind of creeping up from between the seams and everything, and along the walls as well. But up ahead, it looks like the ceiling up above did come down. But there is a passable way. Like as you're looking at it, the rubble is kind of like this, like a mound in front of you, and you can crawl up around this way to get over it if you need to.
Okay, so the ground is ground. It's not like broken, or there's nowhere to fall through.
No. If anything, the rubble is collapsed onto a firm stone ground. It doesn't seem like there's any more holes up ahead to where you would actually fall through again.
All right then.
Okay, so do a favor for me. I'm gonna open up your character sheet real quick, and I'm gonna take a look at your stealth roll. And I'm gonna attempt to roll this for you. So I want to ask, do you want to keep this roll, or do you want me to? Because I'm just trying to test to see if the function is working.
Okay.
So you want me to just roll it?
Go ahead. Roll away.
All right. So it's taking it. Oh, I would assume you want to keep that.
No, yes, I definitely want to keep it.
Okay. So now we're going to do a test. I want you to roll. I want you to try and roll as well. Just hit that stealth roll on your skill sheet. You have a 23. If you get better, I'm totally open to you keeping that. Nope. You got 15. All right. So 23.
Is it the same formula? Is that what you're looking at?
Yeah, it is. I'm just wondering because you guys were getting some error codes in there.
No, but the error codes were for the weapons.
Yeah, so I'll take a look at those next, but I just wanted to see if that was happening with the skills as well.
Can you adjust the calculations on the sheet?
Actually, I see what's going on now with your sheet. If you guys want to do this as one, you can take a look at the weapons tab in your character sheet, and in the damage dice, what you want to have there is basically the type of die that it is. So if it's a D6, you're just going to put either a D6 or a 6 there. Try a D6 first.
D6. I had one D6 in that short bow one.
Yeah, just give it a shot.
Syntax error.
No, so that didn't do it. So one.
I had one D6 there first. I changed that. Nope.
Yeah, it might be something with the. Yep, I'm getting the syntax error either too. Okay, so it looks like you'll just have to roll that to hit. So in your case, it'd be a D20 plus 4 to hit. You see that to hit number that's there?
All right, so it's 1d6 plus 4. Or wait, no, you're saying
1d20 plus 4, sorry, is to hit, and then 1d6 plus 2 is your damage.
Oh, okay, I see it. Okay. All right. 1d20 plus 1d6 plus 2. Okay, perfect.
Cool.
Okay.
And then we'll move on. Okay, so you're extraordinary stealth as you move your way along the rubble there. It's not so bad that you would actually need to roll a climb check or anything. It's just kind of pacing your way along it. And with that kind of stealth, you make a masterful move. So as you clear that, go ahead and give me a perception check, if you would, please.
Oh.
Perception is not our strong point tonight.
Hey, Kendrick! What's out there?
Hi,
Well,
nothing.
there goes my stealth. Thanks. I'm currently picking my nose right now.
From your angle on the rubble, you're looking kind of at this hallway. The hallway stands once you get past the rubble where the hallway collapsed. The ceiling above you stands about 20 feet, so it still matches the room that you came from. And as you look forward, you see a lintel up ahead, basically a wall like this, and then an open space below. It's dark, but with your dark vision, well, it's even dark for your dark vision, to be honest. But you see what looks to be some kind of an opening, but it's weird because it's kind of short.
Like a fireplace short?
No, it's just lower in your perspective.
Oh, okay. Like it goes downstairs first?
There you go.
There it
All
is.
right, you picked up off of that bad perception check and avoided a nasty spill. As you kind of make that conclusion, you look down from the rubble where you're at and you realize a few steps forward there's a precipice that goes down several steps, and there is a staircase that leads down. And then you see that's where the opening is. Okay? So meanwhile, while Kendrick is sneaking along this crumbled area, Baird, what are you up to?
Tell me Smash and Burn are following up behind me.
Smash and burn, nice.
I'm basically going to be as close as I can without being the obvious metallic, loud sounding, non-stealthy person.
My troll thanks you.
Yeah, I basically just want to be. I want to be at a place where if Kendrick yells out, "Holy crap, I'm going to die," that I can be there.
Or I slip down the stairs that I can't see.
Right. Well, you caught it. So you thought of it. That's a good thing. Okay, so Baird, you kind of inch your way down the hall. Again, it's about 20 feet before you see that big rubble pile. And as you get a little bit closer, you do see Kendrick up at the top of the rubble, kind of peering over the side. You see him from behind, and he's kind of peering over the side and looking. So far, so good. He looks like he is in good shape right now. And as he moved off, I mean, the cat was quiet as all get out. All right, Silas, in possession of the book, as the other two are taking a look over, you're thumbing through the pages, and it is a combination of a journal and an order form. It also has instructions, recipes for concoctions, and then it also does have diagrams, and it shows diagrams of dissected bodies, certain tombs. Even the structure of the tomb is meticulously drawn out, almost to the point of like architectural plans. The notes themselves refer to varying processes, failures and successes. You do note about 3/4 of the way through, you see a rough sketch of the man spider that you guys fought. And the
Rough sketch
yeah,
on the wall?
you're not there. It's in the book that Silas is reading.
Oh, in the book.
You're not there. Get out of here. Somebody's doing a sketch on your back right now, and it's really awkward.
It just happened to be a man spider drawing
It's a
man
man spider
on my
drawing another
back.
man spider on your back. So okay, so in that picture, there is there's a name at the bottom that says Dreyfus, Dreefas, and below it is scrawled in a very angry penmanship, failure.
Okay.
And at the bottom of that it says, lost another acolyte today. The formula that was given to me was too precise for my hands. My frustration is my own.
Okay.
Yeah. So that little tidbit there, you're seeing notes of that being used in, it's one of the keys to the right. After pulling a body, that is used to formulate what comes next and what you guys burned out. that make sense?
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So other notes that are in there, a little bit back from the dryad, or not the dryad. I'm sorry. The I want to call him a drider, but he's not fully a drider. It's the man spider. Further back in those pages, so you're looking at that and you think, okay, that's interesting. So you move back a little bit further and you see that there was an exchange of currencies that was done. And it says at the top, layer in debt paid, moving forward with my experiment, but also finishing my work for them. That will have to come first. And then at the bottom, scrawled in small print, frustrating.
Oops, sorry.
Testing dice.
I just clicked on a button by accident.
Oh, got it. So
What did you say? Debt paid?
Laerian debt paid.
Laerian. Okay.
And that is the name of a noble family in Melvont.
Okay.
Okay. So, whoa, what is that?
Sorry.
Oh, okay. All right.
Phone.
So that's the name of a family in Melvont, one of the noble families at this point. So there's that part. There is a rough sketch of the symbol of House Brule that's in there. If you remember, the symbol is a column with the backdrop having a crossed hammer and rose that's intertwined around both. And that's basically the house's symbol. And it says the next page indicates tunnel is finished, releasing in 1 month.
When is
Okay.
it dated? Somebody asked the question, when is it dated? Because I'm at the other end of the tunnel.
Looking at the dating and kind of thinking about roughly what kind of calendar or what passes for a calendar in your book, Silas. Most likely something related to the cycles on the moon and the natural flow of things in this region. But you're looking at probably about a little less than a month, maybe a day or two.
Okay.
All right.
Interesting.
So you move up. So at this point, what do you want to do? So that's kind of the information you're getting. Unless you wanted to sit down and really read through it, that's kind of the basics that you pull from the book.
Well, I'm definitely going to pocket the book.
Okay.
And yeah, I mean, I'm going to signal to him to hold.
Okay. All right. So Silas signals to you, Baird. Baird, how do you relay that?
At this point, I'm kind of on edge, just because this is a place where Baird is not even remotely comfortable. We just seem to be getting into darker and darker places. So yeah, normally he'd kind of, he doesn't really care much about what Silas says. He's that buddy that's like, yeah, sure, okay, whatever. But in this particular instance, I'm pretty confident that he'll pay attention and try to give word to Kendrick saying, hey, something's amiss.
Okay. So Kendrick, what do you do?
So I got the message, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I would stop immediately. But then I think I would want to be doubly acute of where I am and what's going on.
All right.
I think I don't know. I think that maybe, I don't know. I've made the assumption that this is an old place that has been out of action for a while. But it is clearly not. This has clearly been recently done. And I pass that word on to the guys ahead of me.
Okay. So Kendrick, you come back down. Baird, you're...
I let them know that the body was not... What's his name?
Anad Anir. Sorry.
I let him know that Anad Anir is may be here.
Huh? What?
This is, and
Say
this
that
point,
again?
I literally thump the hammer into my hand and says, "Good."
So I let him know that the necromancer might be here.
Okay. So do you share what you learned in the book with them?
Well, I mean, we're communicating across kind of a range of distance here, aren't we?
Well, no, I think you guys have kind of collected back because
Okay, if we've
Baird brought
collected back,
Kendrick back. Yeah.
Then I'll let them know that. At least I'll let them know that
Alright.
Amir has been conducting experiments recently, and that these tunnels were to be a path for, I assume, the zombies to approach something, attack something, go somewhere.
So, Jeff, at the hearing of this, again, this is. I don't like throwing around the term abomination.
I don't use this term
But-
lightly, but when I do,
But Baird doesn't mind using the term abomination.
that's right.
And so I actually think that literally upon hearing the summation of the journal, he is going to just fall to his knees and pray to Moradin, like right there.
Okay.
I don't know how you want to handle that. I don't know if you're going to have Moradin answer or anything, but I'm going to tell you that Baird is really not happy
Okay.
and is looking for help and looking for, because Moradin is a spheres of influence thing,
Right.
and Moradin, while in the dwarven culture he's the god of creation, he's also in the D&D world his sphere of influence is knowledge.
Right.
So Baird is praying for insight as to what to do to fix this.
Gotcha. Okay. Then, so tell me, how does that sound? So he's on his knees. Where do you have your hammer? Is your hammer like kind of before you, or?
It's kind of very similar. He kind of he's kneeling. He's kind of. You ever seen like guys at football? They take a knee. They have the one knee up, one knee on the ground,
Sure.
and he
He's
basically has.
T-bowing. That's what he's saying.
He's basically.
He's using the hammer and T-bowing.
I wasn't
It
gonna
happens.
go there.
It happens.
You know how much saying that man's name makes me twitch.
Hey, I'm kind of okay with him because of the work he does in the Philippines, but that's a family affair. That's not just him.
Yes,
Um,
I have no. For future reference, I have no problem with Tebow the man. I'm sure he's a wonderful human being. I just am super glad he's no longer on my football team.
Yeah. Hey, I've got to cry because now he's on mine. All right.
Right,
So
exactly. So yes,
I know your
to,
pain.
to give you the visual, I'm basically Tebowing with my hammer stuck in the ground.
Tim Tebow is a trademark of the Tim Tebow organization. It's not any reference connected to InnRoads Ministries. Okay, so moving on. Give me a wisdom check with advantage.
Wisdom check with advantage. All right, let's see.
Please.
Core skills, wisdom. Haha.
Is that just him or everybody?
Oh my.
1 and a
just him.
7. Oh.
With advantage. I
With
got
advantage.
12.
So you got a 12. You got a 12. Okay. Let's see here. Check my ye old notes.
This is a dark place. It's hard to get in touch with Moradin in this
Yeah,
place.
there's.
You're a dwarf. Everywhere you go is a
Every-
dark place.
That's true. But let's
Perhaps you
kind
were
of
speaking metaphorically.
I was speaking more of a spiritually dark sort of understanding.
let's delve into that a little bit, shall we? So yeah, you're in this place now, dealing with zombies, dealing with the undead, dealing with a cult of Velsharoon, and for all intents and purposes, it's just plainly obvious that's what you're dealing with at this point.
Yeah.
What
Baird is
you-
looking for knowledge for smiting.
Yeah. So what you know of these guys, you close your eyes and you feel the kind of oppressive evil that's around this place. It kind of simmers like a mist that's just floating around and like kind of crawling over your skin. But as your prayers lift up to Moradin, you feel a glowing center inside you like a golden center that just kind of starts to billow outward and give you some measure of peace in this place so that you can just think for once. I mean, because right now it's just, you're surrounded by so much of the things that are antithetical to who you are that it's hard to think. And so finally you get that moment of peace, and you start recalling that there is more here that you've seen, especially when you first came down. And whoever you want to claim the source came from, you can claim it as Moradin, because this is who you're calling to.
Baird would most certainly say that it was Moradin.
Amen. And so you, for some reason, you close your eyes and you picture the crates up above, and the rotting meat and the mineral ore. And then your vision kind of shifts, and you see Kendrick standing before a gate, a wrought iron gate, and trying to look at the lock, see if it's a quick pick, and not seeing that it is, decides to come back. And there's a tunnel beyond that cage, or that gate, that leads off into darkness. And go ahead and give me an insight check off of this information.
All right.
And go ahead and do that with advantage as well.
Why did my character sheet close? All right. Which skill am I doing? Insight, you said?
Insight, please.
Good. This is another one I have a decent bonus in, so hopefully I roll better. There we go.
Nice. That tunnel heads in the direction of Melvant.
So basically, whoever was, the Necromancer was basically going to unleash a zombie horde on Melvant. This is good. This is fantastic. Super good.
Mm. Now, if it's a horde, you haven't seen that supposed horde yet. I mean, there was roughly 20 of those things down here, but that doesn't.
Either this is post-horde or pre-horde.
Okay, so we're all together, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You're
okay,
kind
so
of
I need to do a little bit of remembering.
Okay.
A lot of the zombies here were from a particular house.
The ones up above were garbed in what looks like House Brule attire.
Okay, and the
clothes up there were basically new. Not new, but like somebody could have pulled it off of a recent body, or maybe
and the symbol, the house crest in the journal is from.
In the journal, the symbol is the same. It is House Brule as well.
Okay.
Now,
interesting.
And then the mention of a debt being settled to House Laerin, if I'm pronouncing that right. Forgive me if I'm not. They're Forgotten Realms fans. But, yeah.
What is the relation? Do we know the relationship between these two houses?
At this stage, let's see here.
Well, back in the day, there was a boy and there was a girl, and the two houses didn't like each other.
Aw, that's sad. Do you have a... Let's see here. Roll an investigation for me there, Silas. Because you actually were interested in one of these houses before, if you happen to recall.
Oh, yeah, you actually had a thing for the Laerin guys.
All right.
9 or 20.
21. We'll give you an advantage on that one. Okay, so kind of recalling some information that you'd heard in the area, that there's a city council in Melvant that controls everything, but in that council, one of the main people has passed away, unfortunately, and there is a power vacuum that is there at this point. And so the other family is the Brule family. There's the Nanthers, who's the one that lost the head of their family. The Laerins, and there's a couple others, have all been vying for that power vacuum at this point. So the Laerins are not known for this kind of stuff, but to have a connection between somebody who you think pretty much is a necromancer, or at least is a worshiper of Vel-Sharun, is dark tidings indeed.
And the prisoner, the bounty hunter,
mm-hmm.
who had the bounty. Did it say who the bounty was from?
It said that it was issued. Let's see here. Issued from the town of Phlan, Phlan, which is the road that you were on heading to Black Horse, but Phlan is like another 3 times the distance further down the road.
Okay, so I think it's a fairly safe bet that we're in the middle of a house war here.
Oh, yeah, we are.
And that we have a necromancer who probably is working for... What's the Laren? Is it the second house?
Yeah, we'll call it that, yeah.
And who has risen quite a few of the other houses' nobles just to mess with them, and now he's going to send the nobles into their house to finish it. This is my theory. Gentlemen.
Well, we need to stop
Gentle
this.
dwarves.
Gentle dwarves, yeah.
There's no doubt in my mind. We need to stop this. This is
Remind me again what my relationship with the Laren house is. I don't recall.
I'm trying to check my
It's
notes
been a
here.
year or something like that.
No, actually, it's literally been a year since we started in that first session. So,
I can't believe.
I want to make sure it is the Larens or it is the Nanthers. There was a family that had an interest in gardening, a lot of gardening on their estates, and they were actually bringing in magic users to create almost climatological zones, if you will, to be able to raise like jungle plants, or over here maybe raise a desert plant, or over here maybe have some fauna from the forest, that sort of thing. So it was something that you were interested in because it was.
So Nanthers are the ones that like their gardens.
Is that's the one? Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was the Nanthers. So yeah, that was where you had some interest there.
Okay, and so what are the family? The Brules are the ones that are being zombified.
Apparently.
The Laerans are the ones from whom Anir had a debt.
Mm-hmm.
And we know nothing of Nanthers other than they like plants.
Right. It doesn't. I mean, there's nothing on the surface right now that would say that they're involved.
Okay. I
say we need to get back.
see
Screw
no
the
reason
location.
to pursue Anir today. Now, I realize the dwarf is going to not like this plan.
I see plenty of reason. However, the only reason I will concede to your point is that I don't know what he's got going on headed towards the city or working in the city. You know, literally, I just got word from Moradin that they're going back to Melvant, which in my mind overshadows the need to squish Necromancer dead.
I concur.
Because those people need to be protected. I think that Baird would grieve him and he would be pissed about it, but he would let the Necromancer go to save the people.
So the question is, do we take the long road or the shortcut?
I say we take the shortcut. We'll probably end up finding them on the way.
Into the hole.
So heading.
Said,
I'm not nearly as excited about this hole as I was the last hole. I'm just saying.
But this is the same hole I just went down, right?
No, well, let me confirm. Are you guys thinking of going back up the rope and back the way you came to get to that tunnel? Or
is
what are you
there
thinking?
another way?
No, there's not.
I mean, I'm open to other options, but I don't think there are.
I just want to make sure which direction you're going. So you have the one that's up ahead that goes over the rubble and down some stairs. And then you have the one that you received in your vision, which is up near the top of the entrance of this
we have to check this out. We can't...
We have to check out the end of this corridor?
We have to.
Yeah, that's what did I see down there? Did I get called back? How far down the stairs did I get before I get called back?
I thought you were staying at the top of the rubble for the time being.
Here's one thing that I'll say.
I wanted to go down there.
Stealth is out the window right now because
Yeah,
Baird
we
was ready. Baird was ready to let the rogue do his thing. Now it's
Right.
about speed.
And I agree with that.
I
I
agree
agree.
that we need to explore and see what's down here, but we need to get back to the town right quick. So
Okay.
we're not trying to be sneaky about this anymore.
No, but it's possible there's a way out down there. Or
Right, you never know. Or there might be, something that we need to know in order to stop this.
Okay. All right. Then let's do this. So you guys are going to clamber over the rubble and head down the stairs to wherever that leads. Is that the plan now?
Over the rubble and down the stairs to grandmother's house we go.
There we go.
All right. Let's see. Let's forego the climb checks for now, just because Kendrick, you did such a great job of climbing over there. You were able to kind of point out certain spots where to stand and where to step, that sort of thing.
Thank you.
So you guys, let's see here. I need to switch my maps now.
So if I remember right, there was a rubble, then a little bit more hallway, then an open room, and then the room is showed. We see part of a hallway, the top part, and we go down the stairs, and then the hallway is the same height.
It's all one long hallway.
Oh, okay.
Halfway down the hallway, there's the collapsed part of the tunnel. You climb over
Right.
that. There's a little bit more hallway, but then a staircase that leads down. The lintel that you saw is just kind of like the opening of the room next door. Like you haven't seen into the room yet.
Okay, all right.
So-
That's how far I got then. All right.
Exactly.
Let's quickly make our way down that way and see what's in that room.
Okay. And let me get you guys onto
And
the trail.
you know, in true uneducated rogue fashion, I totally kind of missed half of everything that was said there
What do you mean?
and all that stuff. But I did
Basically, what
get
you
the
need to
fact-
know is zombie horde attacking the town that we live in.
That's the part I caught. So
That part I did catch. Uh,
I heard everything, but the whole family thing doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me.
I thought I just dropped Baird on there, did I not? Drop him?
This is one of the reasons why playing in real life is a little bit better, in a
Yeah.
way, because you can take notes.
Yeah.
Well,
you know
I
what?
have been
Actually,
taking notes, but I haven't been
will,
taking. I didn't take those notes.
Well, I'll tell you what, guys. When you guys have your character sheets open, you actually do have a notes section there that you can use. We haven't been
Really?
using it that much before, but I have been using it with with my other group. So let's do this. Let's take a quick break, guys. We will be back shortly as we get ready to go into this next room. But for now, we'll bid you audience adieu, and then we will head down into the staircase tunnel to find out exactly what these guys are up to.